Hold on, we have a couple more people that's trying to attend. Okay. All right, all right. So now, do any of our guests have any questions? You can put the you can raise your hand, but the first question is from Miss V Black.
My question is only about your chat. You said that we could present a question in a chat. How is that done?
You would just a little, let's say, text, a little text button
Okay,
that
I see it. I see
we can't have that. But anyway, it's a text button that is
it.
on the side. I'm not for sure if you can see that. Danielle,
Mm-hmm.
if you can share your screen, your full screen,
I
and show the chat. Show the chat button,
I
please.
see it now.
Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Perfect. Hey,
Thank you.
Tommy. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. But don't forget, you can raise your hand and I'll call on you. And please feel free to ask any question. That would be great. Do we have any more hands at the time? Miss V Black? Okay, okay. Well, we have got some questions that was emailed to us, and Danielle will show us the wheel. And then, if you guys have any questions, you will have the power over the wheel. So I will call you after the wheel spin. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for everybody that has joined so far. And we are trying to get the wheel up if we can. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to spin. All right. What are some issues you are for and against? Well, what I am for equal opportunity, unity, um, uh, gender equality, great public safety, safe infrastructure, and that's just to name a few. Also, community engagement. That's very important to me, especially to bring unity to our city. There's some areas that does have more unity than others, but we are still one city, regardless of what neighborhood that you're from. It's very important that we can do things together. We are strong individuals in Cincinnati, um, and but we're only stronger together, and we needed to build that bond within our communities. What things that I'm against? I am against raising taxes because I don't want my taxes raised, and there's a lot of other people who don't want their taxes raised. I want to make sure that we are getting what we have been earned. Also, I don't support the funding the police. I would not promote that at all. I feel like our police and fire is doing a good job for us in Cincinnati. In other cities, I'm not really paying attention to them because I want to fight for our city, and I want to make sure that our police and fire is top notch, and that is the representative for the other nation to follow. And then I do not like abuse of power. Abuse of power is not on my radar. I do not like it. And that goes for anybody, bosses, public safety. I don't like people taking advantage of people does not um people that's taking advantage of people that is not really aware of their powers. So can I get another question? And please don't forget, you can You can raise your hand if you would like.
80 reais uma porcaria dessa. Eu falei, isso é energia quanto? Eles viveram das coisas, essa energia era.
We're not having that. If you do such things for as trying to take over the screen or speaking out of turn or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna ask you once to pause your mic, but secondly, I'm gonna just kick you off. But if everybody can please
A
pause their
gente veio
mic.
comprar, né? Que as crianças.
Okay, so in my opinion, what is most important for our city right now? I don't want to. The most important thing for me that I believe in is, like I said earlier, is unity. Unity is very important for me so we can grow. Cincinnati, it grows in little spurts and then we just stop growing. I want us to grow consistently. I want us to be the best city that we can be. We have a lot of potential, and it's not just in the east side or just the west side. We have Mount Auburn, we have um, Mount Airy. We have a lot of other places that doesn't grow as well. Even in North College Hill, I mean not North College Hill, but North Fairmount, South Fairmount. We just got a brand new park down there. So we need to uh, bring unity and build our city. And I believe unity is going to help so we can look at all our communities, not just one community, and put all the money towards that community because they can strive better, or put don't put nothing to another community because the crime rate is high. No, we need to build our city. We need to bring unity, and we can be better. We can be better individuals. We can be a better family. As family talk to, I mean, bring things to each other. Some things that we might know how to grow, or might know. I mean, not might not know how to do other things to make our lives better. But unity is very important to me, and I feel like that's very important to our city. And also education. If I put education is definitely up there also for us, our public schools, and that's very important to me. By me graduating out of a public school, so I definitely want to make sure that we have good education, regardless if it's private, public. We need to make sure that our kids is being educated the correct way so they can succeed in life. And don't forget, if you got questions, you can raise your hand, or you can turn your screen on and raise your hand that way, or whatever the case may be. But don't be shy. You can ask any questions. You can ask any question. And it can be a funny one. It can be, something very little. But if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Um, I don't know. I would like to be. That's a good question. That's a good question. I would like to have. Uh, I don't know, just bring love. I just want to be like a person that just bring joy to people day. Just to raise them up, like especially when they get in a little funk or feel down about themselves or feel down about their situation or feel like they can't win in different areas or can't win. Just period. I just want to bring love to our city. If I can definitely if I have a superpower, it'll just be love. So I can just bring everybody up, motivate people to do things that they feel like they can't do. We got a question in the chat, and then we're gonna take the question from V Black. Uh, Let me see. The question in the chat is, "What ideas do I have for affordable housing?" Now that's definitely important in Cincinnati because of all the rents that is being raised. My big thing for is affordable housing, just first off, we definitely need livable wages. So people can choose and pick what neighborhood they want to go in or want to live at. It shouldn't be all or the people with higher income live on one side of the city or on the other side. But what we need to do, we need to revamp um, our housing or buildings that we do have currently that's not being occupied. We need to make sure that it is up to code. We need to use the properties that we do have. We need to use the things, the resources that we can put people in right now instead of just letting them be abandoned. We need to look at the abandoned homes. We need to look at the abandoned apartments. So let's try to buy some property from landlords that's not even using the property. Let's go ahead and put some people in there. First off, let's get it up to code. Put some people in there and make it affordable. 1,000, 1,200. I mean, barely 800 is not affordable. People is not making those type of wages, and we need jobs first off to make over those wages so people can live a great life. You're only supposed to spend roughly 30%, but we need people to live a great life. We need great wages, and but we definitely need the affordable housing. And my biggest thing is to let's buy up the stuff that is not being used. Let's get that up to code, and also let's revamp neighborhoods just like Lower Price Hill. Like we have a lot of properties at Lower Price Hill that nobody is actually using currently. So we're gonna take a question from Miss V Black, and then we got Tommy Clark coming next.
Okay, Kenny. Actually, this question is going to be from James.
Okay.
Just a moment.
We got to find a way to stop killing our own. Blacks killing blacks. We got to stop that first.
So what are we going to do about the crime in the city? Blacks killing blacks.
Well, there's a couple of things that we can do. First off, we have to have our children. I mean, it's not just children; it's grown adults. But far as I want to start with our children. We need to find things for them to do. As we all grew up, it was different things. We can go to the rec center. We can have after school programs. We can go to parks and we can play basketball, or the ladies can play hopscotch, jump rope. We need to show our youth that there's other things to do, and also we need to bring programs for our youth so they can get involved with things to start their community service work, community service hours that they're gonna need for college anyway. So we need to make sure. Sorry about that. But we need to make sure that they are occupied with their time. Like we need to, even the adults, we just need. My main thing is unity. We need to bring our communities together. Maybe it's not gonna stop crime completely, but hold on, this guy keep on coming in. I'm sorry. Okay. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to clean this up. But far as our adults, we need to bring more things for everybody. We need to make sure that our parks is updated. We need to make sure that people feel safe going to different events. We need to make sure that our people, I mean, everybody have something to do. A lot of these things, like not trying to be racist or anything, but it's only for one type of race. We need to make sure that when we have events, when we have festivals, it's for everybody. And we need to make sure that we bring our communities together, regardless if you're from Evanston, Avondale, or Westwood. It doesn't matter. Like a lot of crime that I see is because people from different blocks, different from different neighborhoods, and it shouldn't be the case. It should not be the case. People should be able to respect each other, regardless of where you're from. I don't have the answer to completely stop black on black crime. I just know some things that we are missing that can probably help. And I hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
Yes, no problem, no problem. Next we have Tommy Clark.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right, Mr. Hurd. I was thinking about how about like I mean I it's a question. like for the homeless, I like I really, because I see a lot of homeless people, and I see them like, then they at the intersection when you get off the freeway, you know, like I mean, this is not my opinion, but how you feel about the providing the providing like more group or something, like some kind of program for them? Is that kind of good? You kind of understand the question, like a homeless program, like for the ones, especially the ones that be out there. You know, I rode down the bridge by Lynn Street and Guest Street, and there's a homeless family live right up under the bridge, and it saddens me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it just like, I wish I had something I can do, you know what I'm saying? I wish it was something that I can do, but I know, like you say, unity is. But my question is, you know what I'm saying, as far as programs, you know what I'm saying, you think is there anything we can do about that, and as as individually peoples, and what you aiming for?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a tremendous question. A great question. Um, yes, there's always programs. There should be always programs for all types of walks of life, regardless if you're homeless or not. But for us, the homeless go back to the affordable housing. We definitely need things, revamp properties, that we can buy some of these properties from these landlords and put people in them. Am I going to solve homelessness completely? No, but I do want our homelessness numbers to come down. They need to. People, like you were saying, could just have a bad background, but we need to show them a way how to get their background expunged, for as if they have a record, or maybe they not knowing what type of jobs they are actually qualified for. We need to have a program, and to give them knowledge of those choices that they do have. We need to educate, if they are willing to learn, to have a better life. There's a lot of things that we can do that I don't see happening, especially when, let's say, the police or other people see homelessness, they want to shoot BB guns and all that. No, we should. Some people, and I'm not saying everybody, because everybody don't feel safe, but let's help them. Let's drive them to the homeless shelter. The ones that we do have, at least they will have a room or a bed or somewhere that they can get air conditioner from all this heat, or when it's cold outside to get heat from, instead of actually looking at them as homeless. We need to look at them as individuals. We are Cincinnatians. We are Cincinnatians, and it's very important that we look at each other as individuals, regardless of what income we bring in or what race we are. But there's always something that we can do for our homelessness that I don't understand why we're not doing right now. And the main thing is, let's help them. Let's educate them to the things that they can do. Let's show them jobs. Let's show them ways to rebuild themselves, so they don't have to settle for less. And I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next question is going to come from, is it Gray, Lori Gray?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Because I was having difficulty getting in. Hi, how are you this evening?
Pretty good. I'm sorry for the difficulty for you getting in. I do really apologize for that.
And my grandchild wasn't here. Normally, she's my technical expert, but I was like, hey, I'm old, but I can figure this out. I don't know if this question has been asked before, but it has to do with the culture of corruption at City Hall. Perhaps you answered it yesterday, and unfortunately, I could not be here. But we all know during the past year, our city council has been bereft with corruption. And I like to know, when you are elected, what are some of the reforms you aim to put in place or implement to restore trust to our community? Because I'm some of our past leaders, such as Ted Berry, Bobby Stone, they would be appalled at what has been occurring in City Hall. And even though they call it the Gang of Five, I believe it's the Gang of 9+1. They just ain't been caught. So what are some of the some reforms you intend to implement to try to restore the trust to the community?
Okay. Great question. Well, the thing is, even before I get elected, it's things that I can do while campaigning. And one of the things that I am doing while I'm campaigning, I'm not taking money for corporations. I'm not taking money from developers. I'm not taking money from people that's in the fossil fuel industry. I'm not taking anything or even taking lobbyists that are have work to do with the city. I'm not taking any type of or trying to communicate with those guys. Only when they come down and ask for when it's time to vote on different items. But that's what I'm doing currently without being elected. Once elected, I plan on enforcing the sunshine law, make sure that the public is aware of everything that is going on, making sure that I'm going to community councils to let them know about what's going on and being transparent, what's going on in their community, far as if it's development or new rules is being changed or whatever the case may be. I want to be more as transparent as I can, host events like this, either virtually or outside. But my main thing going is not taking money or taking suggestions from people that has work to do in the city, or also, I'm sorry, but yeah, not taking money, but also just being transparent as much as I can and make sure I call out when it's somebody is breaking the law, regardless of what party they in. Call that out so people can know, like, yo, we're trying to make sure that our city build back better than it has ever before, but we cannot have corruption or anything to hinder us or hinder our growth or hinder our society or hinder our taxpayers or homeowners or anything of the search. We need to make sure that they know, they have knowledge about everything that is going on in City Hall. And I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, is there anybody else that may have a question before we go to the wheel? Okay.
Oh,
Well, okay. Well, if we can get a question off the wheel, please, Danielle. And please feel free to raise your hand at any time. I don't care if you have to ask a question back to back. We're going to take this question off the wheel, then we're going to go right back to Miss Gray. If you could do anything for the rest of your life, what would it be? To help others. That's the reason why I'm in this. I want to help our city, and hopefully I am elected, but without being elected, it's plenty of things that I can do for our city to help our city. So it's not just about the election, about helping individuals. It's about helping individuals right now. It's about helping individuals months ago. It's about getting people on their feet, getting people educated about different things that they can do, get people out of poverty. All that is things that we can do without the election, without being a councilman or councilwoman. These are things that we can do currently right now, going to community councils, talking with them, not even just talking with them, listening to their problems, listening to their needs. But the main thing is, what if I could do anything for the rest of my life, it would definitely be helping people. And that's why I'm so happy that I am currently in a position to be a leader, not only in my community, but for my city and hopefully for my state.
Oh, good.
Miss Gray, you have another question for us?
Oh, we have a wheel. I did. Oh, okay. Now I see the wheel. Okay. Well, perhaps you've already answered this question when I was having difficulty getting in. What neighborhood do you reside in? And what are some of your favorite places in the city to spend time?
Okay. Um, I'm from Westwood. I live in Westwood, which I really love and adore. I've been living in Westwood just about all my life. Went to West High, went to Gamble when it was actually on a different street. But things that I enjoyed throughout the city, uh, it's a good question. I like the parks. I like OTR, I like downtown. But what I actually enjoy as of lately, I've been going to different community council meetings, and I like to engage with each community. So it's not really a favorite place I like to go. I just like to hear people speak about their problems or speak about their events, like they clean up events. And I like to join, volunteer. I do like to volunteer a lot and setting up different things or whatever the case may be. The NAACP have a couple of things that I'm trying to volunteer with also. So anywhere that I can volunteer, I love throughout our city.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Do we have any more hands by chance? Anybody? Okay. Well, please feel free, to raise your hand at any time. If we can get another question off the wheel, please. And thank you so much for everybody that has tuned in so far. I really do appreciate it. I really do. What am I most thankful for? That's I'm thankful for a lot of things, and I have to say my mother. I have to say my mother, especially the things that's going on currently. I wouldn't really want to put her business out here on a recording, but I'm definitely thankful for my mother, my family, uh, and then thank you for Cincinnati, but family first to me, regardless of the run for city council. Anytime when family is in need, I'm going to that. It's very important that I can run numerous of times, but you only have one mom, you only have one family, and it's very important to me that I live like that. And but I'm very thankful for my mother and my family.
Hmm.
All righty. And if we can get another question on the wheel. What are your thoughts on Cincinnati public schools? Well, I want us to be great. I want our public schools to be great. I want us to compete with the private schools, the Catholic schools. I want us to be great without the tuitions. Without the tuition, I want us to be great. I understand there's some things that we need to increase for as um, classes. We need to make sure that our students know about community service hours for college. We need to make sure that our students is graduating better because we do have a low rate in graduation, and it's very important that we up that. And we need to help our students because a lot of them is in poverty, but that shouldn't hinder their education. That shouldn't hinder what they learn. That shouldn't hinder because there's scholarships to help for college, and some people don't know that. But there's also some teachers that may look at a student based on what they may come in dress or how they smell or whatever the case may be, instead of helping that student. But that student, we need to teach our students like whatever you from is not where you're going to end. There's plenty of things that's out here in this world that students can do, but we need to make sure that we educate them the best way we can. And sometimes the teachers don't. But that's when our society comes in, go to the Cincinnati Public School Board and speak up on the things that we see as individuals to bring to their attention. How can they help our Cincinnati Public Schools and make sure that they know, like, this is the thing that we need to do. But our Cincinnati Public Schools definitely is a priority for me, especially getting elected, or even if I don't get elected, things need to be said to the board to make sure that our students get the right education that they need. So I see we have a question in the chat, but I think I seen the hand first. I'm gonna let Tommy Clark, Mr. Tommy Clark, say his questions first, and then I'm gonna answer the question that was in the chat. Tommy.
All right, thank you. My once been elected, Mr. Hurd, what do you think will be your biggest challenge?
I'm sorry, my biggest what? I'm sorry.
Your biggest challenge. Once
My
you
biggest challenge.
You want your biggest.
Well, the thing is, I feel like the whole thing may be a challenge, but the thing is, I'm ready for the challenge, and I love the challenge. The challenge is very important. The most challenge, it may be not really getting along with other people but getting on the same page with others. Because some people may not look at the public schools like I look at them because they didn't ever went. Some people may not look at our neighborhoods as far as Westwood or Avondale or Evanston or Mount Airy or whatever the case may be, how I look at them. I look at our neighborhoods, North Fairmount, South Fairmount, as a gym. They are very important to our city. We are 52 neighborhoods. Should nobody be left behind? If we're going to give $1 million to one neighborhood, we need to give $1 million to all neighborhoods. So my biggest challenge probably is speaking my mind to the other ones that does get elected, but I'm not gonna lose my morals over because somebody disagree with me. I'm gonna continue to fight even harder to make sure that we are fighting for fairness for all. So if that do become a challenge, that may be the biggest one. But other than that, of course, I'm new to all this, but I want fairness for all. We're not about to pass a law or an ordinance just for one neighborhood if the ordinance can't be for all the neighborhoods or whatever the case may be. But that will probably be my biggest challenge, and I hope that answer your question.
It did. Thank you, Mr. Hurd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna answer the question that was in the chat, and then we're gonna go to Miss Gray. The question is, do you have something you would like to share with everyone? What are your results from your petition? So I haven't announced it to everybody yet, but I haven't ever announced it on social media yet. But for us, the petitions, I believe we had collected close to 900 signatures, which I'm grateful for all. Everybody that told me to ask somebody that they knew, or everybody that has signed, some people that took out the petitions, or anybody that gave out flyers, whatever the case may be. I'm very thankful. But the results is that we are on the ballot. I'm so excited. We are on the ballot. We will start fundraising soon. So if I can email you, please put your email in the chat and I will email you something. But anyway, we are going to start fundraising soon and continue to go door to door. And we're gonna go ahead and do the thing. But thank you all, everybody that has signed. If I came to your house and you had other people there to sign for me, or came to your neighborhood, you had other people to sign for me, or you took my flyers and you handed out. Thank you. There's so many people I need to thank, like over 900 people. I need to thank, and I hope I don't leave nobody out. But if I have, thank you so much. I'm very appreciated. But that is just step one out of a lot of steps. But regardless of what happened after the election, we're gonna keep on grinding. We're gonna keep on working, and we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing to the best of our ability. The next question we have Miss Gray. And thank you all for the questions that y'all are giving me. Thank you so much.
Okay. First, I'd like to say congratulations on getting over 900 signatures. I'm sure that wasn't an easy task, and there's a lot of labor involved for you. So now that you are on the ballot, can you share, are there any organizations or other groups that are endorsing or supporting you?
Okay. First off, thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. The Well, I'm getting endorsed by the Green Party currently to fight for equal opportunities, grassroots democracy, um, social justice, uh, building for the future. Of course, our parks and recreational, um, fighting for legalizing marijuana. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm currently getting endorsed by the Green Party. It's a couple of other things that I do have in work, but I wouldn't mention. I'm not gonna mention their names right now because it's nothing that's official yet. I don't promote nobody that's not gonna promote us. But I am getting endorsed by the Green Party right now, which I am so grateful for.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Miss V Black.
Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Hurd. Very proud of you. Now, on the infrastructure, I believe President Biden was just or just approved a I think it was trillions of dollars for the infrastructure for the country. How is this going to trickle down to the states and the cities and the communities? Do
Well,
you know?
that's something that I definitely have to get more information. Oh, well, first off, thank you for the congratulations.
Hmm.
But that's something that I definitely going to have to make sure that I get all the information that I can on there before I actually make any judgment. Before as the infrastructure that I want to see here in our city, I definitely want to see our Western Hills Viaduct get redone. Uh,
Yes.
Also, I want to make sure if the money is coming to our city, we got to do something about our bridge that connects from us to Kentucky, the Bridge Spruce Bridge. We definitely need to make sure that. But other than that, the things that I'm more focused on is making sure that our communities don't look trashy. For as picking up trash off the ground, making sure our streets is clean from trash, snow when it snows, potholes when the potholes get created, they get filled in a timely manner. We need to make sure that or even or walking trails, which needs to be expanded so people can walk from neighborhood to neighborhood safely on a safe path with lights and everything, and our bike trails. When we do make bike trails, make sure we don't leave glass from accidents on the ground or just sweep them to the side. Make sure we get them up and put them in a safe bag and then throw them away. I want to make sure that our tow truck drivers or whoever clean up after accidents, make sure they clean out after accidents. But hopefully the money is going towards big projects as our Western Hills Viaduct and the bridge that's connecting us to Kentucky, to make sure that that is all safe. So hopefully that does get spent well. But if that's or is up to us as a city, I would definitely make sure that that's where it's going to make our city safer. I'm sorry. And then
Thank you.
thank you, Miss Strong, for saying congratulations. Thank you so much. Um, and also Miss V Black. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Next question is coming from Tommy Clark, Mr. Tommy Clark.
Yes, Mr. Hurd. You touched up on something that I was you took that you the answer that I was gonna ask you, but you kind of touched up on. But I just wanted to go more into about the road debris and things on the highway and like because the city, well, the state said of Ohio, they now if you run into some road debris, see, I just had an incident with my car, and and I reported it to the state, and they gonna tell me that if it's not a pothole, road debris is not even road debris. If you run into road debris and all that, that's not even a claim. But if you run into a pothole, it's a claim. But the road debris is something that you run into and it can mess your car up too. And I'm just glad you said that about the cleaning part about this. But something needs to be done about the road debris, man. That's because that's I was just my question was what what kind of issue could I mean what could you as if what could you as elective council what could you possibly what could be needed and done about the situation?
Okay, great question. Great question. For as road debris, like I did mention earlier, we definitely need to clean up after accidents. I mean, it seemed like the people that is taking the cars away should be responsible for that. But it seemed like obviously that's not the case. So what I will present once elected is that we clean up after every accident, not just sweep it to the side because all the wind can do is just bring it right back on the street. We need to make sure that the glass is up. I mean, big things far as anything from a car that falls off needs to be up. We need to keep our highways clean, especially on the side on the of the highways when people car is acting up or they have to just go over to the side. All that needs to be cleaned up. Is it going to be perfect or is everything going to be cleaned up? It needs to be better than it is today. That's all I can say. It needs to be better than it is today. I understand nobody is perfect, nothing is perfect, but we need to try. We need to try. It's not going to take away anything that happened in the past, but we need to prepare for our future. And cleaning up the road debris, and also clean up after accidents that leads to debris is very important. Just important as getting up snow when it's or snow and ice when it's snowing outside to make sure our cars don't be slipping and sliding. It's very important. Just like potholes, in my opinion, because the thing is, we want our streets to be safe. Like, just think about like your car got messed up. Just think if somebody was riding a bike, like somebody could have got injured, and it could have lead to even worse. And we don't need those type of risks out in our city. And I hope that answered your question, Mr. Clark.
Yes, it did. Thank you, Mr. Hurd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. We have any more hands up by chance? We got a little bit over 30 minutes. We're gonna take a few more questions, and then I can make a few announcements. And also I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your opinions about my answers, or even if you just have an opinion or comment or whatever the case may be. We will do that in probably like the next 15 minutes or so because you are important. I'm trying to get hired by you guys, so it's very important that I hear you. I need to get better, and I want to get better. I may not be perfect, but I can be better. And it's very important that I get the comments or criticism or whatever the case may be. Whatever you have to say is very important to me. But if we can get another question on the wheel, please. And thank you, Danielle, for taking care of this with the timer and the wheel. Some people in our community say that we have traffic problems. What do you think? I agree. I agree. And it's more than just people, having accidents. We have people that's actually getting hit while they on a bike or getting hit while they are in crosswalks. Um, and it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous as far as um, just people getting hit. We need to make our streets safe for all walks of life. I do like our speed bumps that's being raised. I love that. I love that. I hope that do solve some problems. But we have to figure out which roads can we slow down or which roads that we need to definitely look at. I know on the west side we have a couple of roads, especially Harrison Avenue. A couple of people got hit recently, which we need to fight for. It may be adding more lights. I understand people like to get to point A to point B, but we all need to get to point A to point B, regardless if you are on a bike, regardless if you're walking, regardless if you're in a car, motorcycle. We all need to make it to our destination safely. So if we need to slow down cars on certain streets, that's something that we need to look in. That's something that we need to do. It's very important. Other than that, we just need everybody to be cautious. Especially other problems I've been hearing about is people not using their blinkers. Come on, y'all. I mean, I'm not saying y'all don't hear it, but just saying in general because this is being recorded. We need to use our blinkers. We need to make sure that we have the right of way before we turn. And I mean, it's the little things. It's the little things that I feel that we can have a little bit more attention to. I don't know if it's about getting billboards out or signs out or put them at bus stops or whatever the case may be so people that's driving can see it. But it's definitely important that we at least promote the little things. So hopefully it don't our problems won't be as big, but it definitely we need to address the little things as much as possible. We have a question from Ms. V Black. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Speaking about the traffic, well, the drivers, we've had so many accidents, I would say, in the last 3 or 4 years of people going on the interstate in the wrong direction. I really don't know what would help people realize that they're going in the wrong direction because this has resulted in so many fatalities. So, do you have any suggestions?
That's great. That's a great question. That's a great question. I mean, all of them are great, but this is something that is becoming a problem. Even a few years ago, somebody I knew, not personally, but I met the guy before, was going down the wrong way. Supposedly, uh, he was drunk, intoxicated, but there is something that is trickling this, and I'm not exactly what it is. It's something that I definitely have to do my research on. But it is getting ridiculous for as people going down the wrong way, and I'm not for sure if it's what's. I know we have signs that say wrong way. We
Mhm.
definitely need to make sure that it is presented right. It is big enough that people can actually see it. There's maybe we need to put wrong way at the light. But it's that's definitely is becoming a problem. But I definitely need to do more research on there, especially when it does occur. I hope it don't occur because this can lead to people getting seriously hurt, not just going the wrong way, but the people that's going the right way isn't paying attention because we still understand we still have a problem in our city about texting and driving, which I see we do have a little billboards that saying don't do
Mhm.
that and don't speed. But I definitely need to Google the previous accidents that had happened because of people that's going the wrong way, so I can go to those areas to see is the signs big enough and just see if I can find something that matches to each other, to see what makes sense. Because I'm not really for sure off the top of my head what I can do. But only thing I can really suggest, maybe bigger signs, maybe bigger signs for as wrong way, or multiple signs that's saying wrong way. And that would help. I would think that would help. But other than that, I definitely got to do my research about where is this actually occurring at.
Okay. Thank
And I
you.
hope that answers your question. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
No
thank you.
problem. Is there any more hands? All righty. If we can get another question, we'll take two more questions from the wheel. And then, of course, any questions that y'all guys have. Thank y'all so much for staying. Thank you so much for staying so far. We're almost done. But yeah, thank you. Hey, it's warming up my heart. Thank you all. Okay, how do you plan to involve residents in the decision-making process in Cincinnati? Great. This is great. This is something that's really up my alley. This is what I'm fighting for right here. And this is community engagement. I don't care if it's the smallest thing. The community needs to be engaged. And I understand City Hall right now only want to engage at City Hall. No, with me, that's not going to happen. We're going to have people having options to go to their community councils. I plan on having, if I got to host a virtual event myself to get people to be heard, I will. If I need to host an event in a certain neighborhood that they have communities, that some projects is going up in their community, I will. I don't mind stepping out and talking to the community. What I see is the people that's sitting right now do not step out to the community. I know I can't be everywhere I want, and I know they can't be everywhere I want, but I don't see them even doing the little things. I don't see them at community councils all the time. If they do, they just speak and they leave. I go to the community councils not to speak. If I get a chance, okay, thank you. But I'm there for the whole meeting. If the meeting, especially in Madisonville, their meetings last a pretty long time. But I'm there for the whole 3 hours, regardless. Like, communities is very important to me. It's 52 of us. And I understand we are one city, but we are getting hired by 52 communities. So we need to serve them just like how we serve our favorite community. It's no excuses. It's no excuses. But my biggest plan is to engage with the community councils, get the word out to them, and also have different settings for everybody, regardless if you work late or if you work in the morning. It should be options for everybody to be able to attend and be heard if they want to be heard. We have a question, I believe, in the chat. Let's see. Okay, what ideas do you have for preventing or stopping building within the school and communities?
Bullying.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry.
Bullying. Like bullying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just read that completely wrong. I'm sorry. That is it's a great question. But far as that is definitely a problem. And it didn't just start just a few years ago. It's been a trend for years, even before I was growing up. When we see it, we need to call that out, just as a society. A lot of things people just look and just sometimes people laugh. People get a kick out of it. Some people just walk away. It needs to get called out. When you see something like that, people need to step up. Just because the person that's being bullied may not be able to fight off they bully or feel confident enough to say something, we as a society, we need to actually call this out. We need to, like, if we see it, we need to step in. This is not right. We are still citizens. We need to fight for each other. Not saying that we need to bring out guns or do anything violent. We need to call it out. We need to stop it. When somebody is getting, I seen something, not personally, but it was on YouTube somewhere. People get beat up in at shopping malls like that. Don't need to, and then everybody got their phone out and just filming it. Like that needs to stop immediately. It's no rules that I don't believe we can actually put in. I mean, of course, if it get physical, that's definitely domestic violence. But we don't need that. We need to, but if we are in that situation, we don't need to grab our phones and try to film it. We need to make sure that we say something about it, we do something about it, and solve the problem. Make sure that the person is not hurt, or if they need the police or ambulance or whatever the case may be, we need to make sure that we give them that help instead of just walking away or laughing or just filming the situation. And I hope that answers your question, Ms. Strong.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Miss Gray.
Sorry, my mic was turned off. This is almost like a follow-up on that question that was just asked, because bullying children become bullying adults. So how would you, this past week we had on TV the police chief and other officials discussing the gun violence in our community. Do you have any thoughts on how you would curb the gun violence in our neighborhoods? What needs to be done?
Great question. Great question. Far as our gun violence go, it is. I mean, even last year. I mean, I believe we hit a record last year for as shootings. This year, I mean, it's better than last year. But when we have one, it's one too many. Regardless of how many we have total, one is one too many. We need to continue to get illegal guns off the street. There's some guns like somebody asked me about staying your ground rule, which I agree with it, but then again, I don't. Only reason why I agree with it, if an intruder come in your house or somebody is really threatening you or whatever the case may be. And I don't like guns, period. I don't like hanging around people that have one. I'm completely against guns, period. We can have a whole society without guns. I'm living in it. I'm living in it. Like, but but what I was saying is that the stand your ground rule, it needs to be limitation, because the thing is, I don't want nobody to die. I understand people do go crazy, but if you do have a gun that is registered, use it, but don't use it to kill. Use it to stop of what's going on. And I'm not for sure if that's why the gun violence is up, because people feel threatened or whatever the case may be. But I understand that we have that law, and it needs to be limited. I don't want nobody to die. But other than that, it's gang violence. I understand that there's gang violence. People want to rep their set, and then also there's neighborhoods that don't like other neighborhoods. And once again, I think that goes back to unity. Needs to bring our communities together. My plan is to bring this up to community councils, so I can see what community councils can work with other community councils, so everybody can engage with multiple communities at one time, regardless of what street you live on, regardless what neighborhood you live on. We don't need violence of any kind. We don't need bullying. We don't need gun violence. We don't need any type of violence of any kind. I promote peace and love. That's all I promote, is peace and love. And if I can promote that throughout our city, I will. Through communities, I will. It's very important that we appreciate each other, regardless of the race, regardless of the neighborhoods, the income, or whatever the case may be. We need to love each other the best we can. We need to bring unity, and we don't need separate events for all our communities. We need to have community events. For as all the communities, all the West communities need to do an event together. All the East communities need to, and then vice versa. We need to join them. Maybe we can have a big event downtown or somewhere that's mutual for everybody. But we definitely need our communities, and I believe it start with our community councils to engage with other community councils to see what we can do together. And hopefully that will lower it. Understand that you can't change everybody's mind during the heat of the situation, but we can try to do the best we can. And I hope that answered your question, Miss Gray.
It did. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So we have roughly 10 minutes left. I would like to give out a couple announcements. So I have a couple of things that's coming up. We have on, I will get this out all on Facebook also. If you need my Facebook or Twitter, please feel free. But I am talking at the Hyde Park Community Council hold on, let me get my calendar. Okay. Hyde Park Community Council on the 13th. It's either going to be online or it's going to be in person. I will share all that on my website if you have that, or also I will post it on Eventbrite, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, it will be another Q&A. This is going to be hosted by Riddick, and this is going to be at 4 p.m. on the 19th of July. And also August 1st.
Are we there? Did I lose him? Oh, I lost him. Is anybody
I
there?
don't know what happened.
Something happened with Kenny's connection, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Lorena.
Hi, who's that?
James.
Hi.
Say hi. Say hi.
I'm good.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How's it?
Hello, fine. How's everyone?
Great,
Good.
great way to
Doing
spend
good, doing good.
a lazy Sunday afternoon. A great way.
Right.
Yes.
Danny, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so
He's
something with
just
Danny's
he's
connection.
still he had I guess he lost connection. He's going back in a few seconds.
Has left.
Oh,
Trying to come
probably
back.
trying to get back in.
Yeah, he is. We lost a couple people actually.
Well, oh, okay. I don't know. It might mess up it might echo. Hold on. Let me see.
Mm.
Yeah, we lost a couple people.
Okay. Can you guys hear him? I got him on speaker. He lost connection, but I have him on audio on my phone. So hopefully you guys can hear him.
All right.
It's
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
something going on with your mic, or either it's your mic. He's not mute. Talking to your phone, maybe that. Are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
We can't hear you, Ken.
Okay. You can't hear me?
Not through the computer.
Okay. Can y'all hear me through the phone?
That's better.
Sure, that's a lot better.
I'll talk through the phone. But I would like to hear you guys any comments or suggestions or anything if you don't mind sharing with me.
I want to first go and say this to you, if I could. I think this is a very informative section. I think you did a very good job. I have one suggestion for you. We need a new picture of you. You look kind of mean. We need a better picture of you. You gotta look friendly. But other than that, I think you did a great job. I thank you so much.
Yes, great job.
Yes.
On that, have you ever considered using the Zoom format?
I have considered doing a Zoom, but I'm trying to limit the money that we spend out
Oh, sure.
as much as possible.
Okay.
But once we get the ball rolling and we're going to start our fundraising, if we raise enough funds, I will switch to Zoom.
Okay.
But I'm trying to do as much free things that we can do so we can continue to do different things as much as possible.
Oh, sure. I understand. And before you go, one last question, because I must leave too. Are there any city councils that you're going to be appearing within the next 2 to 3 months?
You mean city councils or community
City
councils?
council. I meant community council meetings, neighborhood councils.
The main one right now is on the 13th of July, which is Hyde Park, which I'm supposed to speak at. Now that's the one that I'm supposed to speak at. But other than that, I've been emailing different community councils to see if I can speak there. But there's community councils that I just go just to hear everything and see what they need or whatever the case, or events that they are having up. But I am on the 13th of July so far. That's the only one so far. But I have earlier in the year, I spoke to maybe 10 other ones. So I'm not sure if they're going to allow me to speak again, but I hope so.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any more questions or comments or suggestions, anyone?
I just have, it's not a suggestion, but it is a comment. I know you personally. I know you. I love your mom. And that's all I'm going to say. But I know you personally, Kenny. So as you go to these council meetings or you're appearing in public in different rallies and fundraising and all of that, my question, and it is major, is what do you believe makes you stand out from the other candidates? In other words, what differentiates you from the other candidates, whomever they are, however many there are, that sets you apart?
Well, I can't really point to anything in particular. I understand that I want to fight for our communities, and there's other candidates that want to fight or have other priorities towards other things. There's a lot of candidates, more than probably half of them that's on the ballot, want to defund the police. I don't. I dress in suits. They dress in t-shirts. I try to wear some nice shoes. They want to wear gym shoes. I want to present myself as I'm going to an interview. Any community or any event, I go everywhere ready to work for them in a professional manner. I'm not going to go around with my pants hanging down or going around like I'm about to go to the gym. Anywhere I go, I'm gonna dress professionally and in my three-piece, and nobody is doing that right now. Everybody want to go out, with their t-shirts. Whoever with me, I hope they wear my t-shirt, But other than that, it's very important to me to go out here professionally, and hopefully that stands out more than the rest.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Is there any more questions or comments, anyone? Okay, Ms. B. Black.
Okay. James just pointed out too, being truthful, can help you. What was the question? Right. Being truthful, being transparent, those things will help you, stand out from the others too.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. I just wanted to make that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We know politicians tell lies.
And you have a lot of potentials, Mr. Hurd. You have a lot of potentials, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I strongly believe that when you become elected, I strongly believe you will make it different, and and your voice will be heard. I strongly believe that now. And me personally knowing you, and like I said, you have the greater potential to do it, and you're doing it. You have inspired me on a lot of things. You shared a lot of good things, and that's why I just love what you're doing, and I want you to keep on doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. And just on a personal note, Witter in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with my connection over here, so I can't see if anybody raised their hand or have anything else that you would like to share or to help me get better or fight for the city or something that I didn't mention that was actually on your mind. But it's very, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the comments so far, all the questions. Um, just thank you. My heart is very warm, especially when events like this is getting put together by us and people does show up, family, friends. I mean, at the end of the day, we all family. So, but I love you all. I definitely appreciate it. But we do have roughly 9 more minutes. If anybody want to get in, it don't matter what it is. If you want to say something or say hi to each other, or whatever the case may be. I have my aunt, my brother, my sister, whatever. Like everybody. Is your uncle?
Oh, never mind. Um, well, I don't have anything else.
I'm sorry. Who was that? I'm sorry.
I just have a pet peeve. This is Lori Gray again. If the vote comes again to rescind the banning of plastic bags, would you vote for that?
To ban plastic bags.
Well, it's already it's already in effect. Kroger, the major retailer, is not going to go into effect until sometimes in 22. But allegedly, and I think it is in effect, City Council has banned plastic bags in all my stores. That's my pet peeve. That's all. So never mind. You don't even have to answer that question.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, me personally, I am. Well, I do fight for the environment. I understand why our city would like to try to get rid of them because it does clog drains, it does clog sewers because of the litter that people actually leave with the plastic bags. But me personally, I use plastic bags. That's all I use. I don't use brown bags. If I need to, I will double up a plastic bag if I'm carrying something heavy. So I like plastic bags, but I understand that we do have to save our environment because it is clogging sewers and everything. Um, so either way, I don't think like if we do when we do ban the plastic bags, people shouldn't in the beginning shouldn't have to pay for recycling bags. I feel like those should be definitely given away in some shape or form. I understand people want to make profit off of that, But if that's the only choice, besides brown bags, for as Kroger's in particular, it should be at least a free bag with your Kroger Plus card. If that's the route that they're gonna go to, so everybody can have that.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Kenny.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a senior moment. Oh, wow. Oh, could you, and I know you said that you do have a website. Could you give us that information again?
Oh yeah, yes, ma'am. Can y'all hear me through the mic now?
Yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can? Okay, okay. Yes, I can share that information. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Also, well, under your email, the email that I sent you, I can send you another one. But there's the website is on there also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. But I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let me get it up real quick, and I can put it in the chat. And then also, I'm a email. I'm not for sure when. Everybody to ask for some money. I'm just gonna throw it out there so it won't be out of nowhere. But if I can't email you, if I don't have your email, if you can put it in the chat for me, you don't have to give. I mean, there's other things. I mean, just by you voting for me, that's a big help. But if you can help with other things, I'm very grateful for that. If you can just vote for me, I'm definitely grateful for that. But if I can ask, at least, please, if you can, share your email with me, and I send an email. Like I said, I'm not for sure what it's going to be, but if you are able to come to our event on August 1st, I will get all the detail to you. I'm going to ask then also. We have to get this ball rolling, and I want to be more, the best efficient that we can with the help that we can get. Cash App. Yes, ma'am. You told me about that too. Like I haven't got that together yet, but I need to get that together. But I will be asking. I will be texting, emailing, and you can say no every time. I just have to do it for our campaign to show effort. And regardless of what we get, we're gonna do the best we can.
Okay.
And I put it in the chat. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but I did put the website in the chat.
Yeah, I just brought it up on my phone. Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. We have like 3 minutes before we're gonna end. And if you guys want to say anything off the record, off the recording. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end the recording right now. If anybody have anything else you would like to add before I end the recording, I'll give you a few seconds longer.
This was recorded?
Oh yeah, yes, ma'am.
I didn't know that. I missed that.
Oh yeah, it was. It should have said. It should have asked. Is it okay to record? But it's only gonna record like have your name, on there, not your face or anything.
These people don't know me. That's all right.
Yes, ma'am. But okay, I'm gonna stop the recording. And then if anybody want to say something off record, hold on.